Okay, so good afternoon again. My name is Pedro Barquinha, and I'm making research in flexible electronics for the last 20 years. And together with my team here, with FlexForge, we want to present you our concept, revolutionary concept, to make a flexible electronics innovation platform. So we start with the basics about electronics. So no matter if we are looking at a computer or a smartphone, every single circuit is composed of electronic building blocks like transistors, capacitors, and resistors. And then we need to interconnect them to create specific circuit functionalities. And flexible electronics is no different on these, but it brings an extra layer of sustainable materials and processes that allows to create many different concepts. So first of all, of course, we have mechanical flexibility. So you can think about electronics that bend, that can roll. And of course, this creates a lot of very interesting applications, such as foldable displays or smart labels, just to name a few. But to create these real products, we need to prototype. And we need to prototype quite a lot. And here lies the problem. So prototyping in flexible electronics is built on the same model of foundries in electronics for the last 40 years, which creates a situation where prototyping is slow, complex, and very expensive. Let me guide you through the process. So the user designs and simulates a circuit, he sends it to a foundry, a factory where the chip is fabricated in the form of a wafer with many chips, and then this is sent to the user. It looks simple, but the problem is that this takes like 6 months or even more. You will pay 50,000 euros for a wafer, and you will receive probably more chips than what you need to prototype. And if you need to redesign, which happens quite a lot, you will need to go through all these over again. So this is a problem that we feel as a research team, and is a problem that is shared by many research teams working in flexible electronics, no matter if you are a professor at a university or you are working in a startup. So all of them tell us that they need a faster and more affordable platform to create flexible electronics. And this is precisely what we are offering with FlexForge. So instead of creating a new circuit from scratch every time, we introduce the concept of a flex board. So the flex board is a foil with these discrete electronic components, the transistors, capacitors, and resistors that I talked to you about, which are in those yellow squares that you see in the image, okay? And the best part of this is, no matter which circuit you're doing, the flex board will always be the same. How we do this? Well, imagine customer A, B, and C there. So we provide the same flex board to all of them, and the thing that they need to do is to customize the interconnections between the components that are within the yellow squares and between the different yellow squares. And they create different circuit functionalities with this. We don't stop here. Imagine that you're done with your prototype and you want to make a redesign. You found an error. That's not a problem at all. You simply remove the interconnect layer and you use the same flex board to create a new circuit. So we are providing the users the possibility to prototype, not in months, but in days or even hours with this. The product is based on 3 components. There's a software component where the users design and simulate their circuits. There's the core hardware, the flex board, and then there's a component of services like interconnect fabrication for users that don't want to fabricate interconnects themselves. There's, for instance, custom device arrays, training and support in flexible electronics, or we can even design the complete circuit for the users if they want. We see quite a large market and growing market for these, so valued already in 850 million euros, and this is split between users that are working already in flexible electronics and also people that are working in rigid conventional electronics but are interested in testing emerging technologies like FlexForge. And we accompany our customers through their entire innovation cycle in flexible electronics. So the way it works is they still design and simulate their circuit, they order the flex boards or the flex board plus interconnections from us, and they receive these. And remember again, the flex board is the same for everything, so we can ship this quite fast. There's 2 generations of products that we are considering. A Gen 1, where we get the flex board and we go into our clean room to create the interconnect. So we provide a ready-to-use chip, but it's not reusable. And then in a Gen 2, we unleash the full power of the platforms. We grab the flex board and we ask the user, Do you want to bring the interconnects yourself, or do you want us to do that? No matter which path it chooses, it will always get a very rapid and affordable prototyping platform with this. So the roadmap is built around this strategy of 2 generations. There's Gen 1 that we are introducing 2 years after today, and this is essentially to test, to validate the customers that want to use the technology. And then we have Gen 2, which is 4 years, after 4 years in the market. And so we need 2 investment rounds to make this happen. The investment in the beginning to make the product development, and then a second investment round for market entry and scale up of the process. So our financial figures, as you see here, show the scalability of the FlexForge concept. So we expect to reach break-even in 2031, so 4 years after entering into the market. And 1 year after that, we're talking about expected revenues of 82 million euros. So with these, we are considering more than 50 times the revenue growth from market entry to maturity with this. So the team that is doing this is a multidisciplinary team with skills ranging from circuit design to fabrication technologies up to circuit integration. And we are all trained at SEDIMAT in Portugal, so which is a laboratory that has been doing breakthrough advances in flexible electronics for many years. So in brief, with FlexForge, we really want to revolutionize the foundry model in electronics. So what we are doing is taking down the barriers that inhibit fast innovation and providing the users with tools that enable to turn their ideas into real products in a way faster than ever before. Thank you.